probably the comp that you want to see them move into if you're Pacific, but as for Enterprise, they've moved on towards the site. A lot of bodies ready for this executing as it comes in. So does the utility, but it's Enterprise who comes out on top in the kill feed, leaving just Larocque all alone on one of his signature agents as well. He's on breach.
But with an empty utility belt, so doesn't matter. It's all down to the gun in his hands. Ash creeped up behind, but Larocque finds that one, and with the spike in his possession, he has free his best. And with the fault line back up, what can he do?
Seems as if Doma's taken a step too far, and put Kiles in a 1 versus 1. But Kiles isn't moving. Yeah, I mean, we'll come back to this one in a moment, obviously. We'll get confirmation, but yeah, it's funny.
Rose's drone should check this. And he has been spotted.
Yeah, he's trying to get out. I don't know if he's going to be able to escape. Does so, but still gets the kill! The rest of Enterprise are here to support, and it seems like this round could be already over.
And it's not even a rotation being called, just the players on site. Something that Enterprise, I've noted, have been doing really good at in the previous rounds is just flooding quickly, and with the players on site.
It's going to be absolutely massive. It's just Loita that needs to be careful and how they're looking across the map.
Right here.
Yeah, do they choose to re-clear? No, just straight into the A play, quick trade, and Lover's Rock following it up.
Done well. Starky in towards Graffiti will paint the site red. And now, for 45 seconds remaining, Pacific are starting to doubt whether they actually want to go to this site.
Yeah, still Killjoy utility on B, you've got to remember. Rose will look to remove that, and does so effectively. But Doma's still in position to deny. And will get out on the C site early.
No utility. I mean, has a swarm in pocket and doesn't want to opt for that turret. It has to be heads up, gunfight, and he'll win the first. Identified through the dart that was given away. And
coming into the most
something of the round, it would be the Cypher player. It seems as if it's B side that he's going to try and get through. Players close by, catches Starkey off, but will get taken out in the meantime.
Such a quick trade on the end.
They're going to be put in a position where they can take players off guard trying to come back in.
Yeah, Enterprise retaking 3 versus 4 in effect. Man down. Do they want to gamble for it? Does Doma invest the lockdown? They know that there shouldn't be any upgrades here. They fancy their chances. They're going to give this a go. Oh, yeah, Killers might just be back in time for it as well.
It could be, but the lockdown isn't a bad investment considering the utility that Pacific have. They have a real chance at delaying, and already it comes through, and a kill on towards Doma. Enterprise are left scrambling to try and get back into the site, and a map that you know the defender side needs momentum. They can't let a thrifty go, and they're not going to do it, but at the last moment, Kiles comes back. A 1 versus 2, the rifle's on the ground, but time might just be a little too low for him, and it'll be BBL Pacific.
Next year anyway, and Gentlemates are coming back. Across the map, players set up for a trap in lobby. When the B execution comes in, you needed Crewen to secure the backline. That is now a problem. The players caught in the middle of the map. One of them, Loita, trying to TP back out. Spike in his hands, but they go to the open arms of Starky, who doubles up quickly, and Paranoia's on top of it for good measure. Dipping back to further lines of cover. This is where Zeek will arrive for support. A quick pivot from Loita to try and rush to get the spike down inside the 20-second mark.
But he's made a real problem because Enterprise can quickly pivot to try and get rid of Loita.
Yeah, Yash is right out on site to search him out. And Lover's Rock left chasing shadows, quick spray transfer, and all of a sudden there might be a chance. Up in hand, but the gap is closing.
Yeah, and Enterprise so quick here, and Starky has 2 smokes, and there's also an intel dark. Enterprise have got everything that they need to get rid of Lover's Rock.
Back on the line, misshot Lover's Rock, might be a death sentence. Blades drawn right on the edge to see if he can find yet another, discards them to find the kill, down to the frenzy, but Starky, well, he just doesn't have enough time. Pacific have played it by the clock, and we're looking to get proactive.
Looking to try and find him. That wall is what's stopping BBL from Pacific from moving through short. Finally it happened. Out from CT. And the attack just know what to do, how to play off one another, and Enterprise maybe playing a little bit too aggressive into this round.
Yash could potentially drop the op here to his teammate, has lots of movement utility to get into the site.
Yeah, he does, but he has to clear all the corners to get out first. Kiles just to his back, playing in a chain. But finally they come out, but it's Kiles that got the kill. Oh, LaRock! Paranoia in hand for Starky. That's what he's holding on to, hoping that Zeek gets set up. Instead, no, all the utilities hit on towards the Sova, and he's gone. Starky at the back of sight had to hold on, but can't do it. And now the bodies in CT have a smoke to try and bust out from, but no flashes in which to do so, and no Yash either. Doma standing strong, standing tall, no one peeking him. He's going to have to take this fight all by himself, but no one's giving it. Another smoke deposited, but all three players here, and that's the go button pressed, and straight away a rolling thunder in the top, but Doma's still able to keep things going.
But this may just end up being a dominant half for Pacific. Zeek bought a lot of time here. There was a quick flood coming in, but they just had to wait for Yash because he was so far committed to
no pick. And still this early pressure towards C, and it seems as if the scaling is going to keep continuing.
Oh, great punish from Lover's Rock. Doma just face checking, gets disfigured for it, rose 2 more. Starky to restore order, keep Pacific honest and strip back the garage control. Rifle upgraded, but this the last chance in the opening 12 for Enterprise to reduce the deficit.
I know exactly where you are.
Nero stepped in to get the information, and it's going to stop Enterprise flooding back through.
Yeah, Zeek cut off immediately. Starky trying to follow this up with the paranoia. It's wide of the mark, and Lover's Rock on the line. Does step back in to send him down to 4, and that might just be the half. Starky's best. Passing it on one step further. Already 3 players queuing up in the window. Enterprise backs turned, the trigger pulled, and BBL Pacific getting the better of it to start. Paranoia will try and counter Yash, but he flies in the face of it, and it makes for a 3-on-3.
Lover's Rock, he's looking to double dip. He's looking to try and chase the players down.
Enemy kill.
Yeah, he's going to catch Yash for his efforts. Spike making its way over towards the C site, where there is still Cypher utility on deck. But Lover's Rock continuing that onwards has found Starky and left Kiles to make amends for that previous pistol round. The one which he was absent from. A little bit of a timing there on LaRock as he backs up. But BBL Pacific have a good idea of where the meetings. It's typically always gone to a decider. This proactivity from A Lobby again, though, which has punished Enterprise.
Yeah, at least is able to slide back. It's not much more than that, though. And it's just Doma left in a 1 versus 3. This early rounds have been won by BBL Pacific, and that's what's laid them up for success. A great headshot from Crewen will finish out
it. And that's exactly what we're going to get. Crewen lighting the beacon. He's going to be all hands on deck to try and fight this, and has found his first. Yash dropping, and the rest of Enterprise yet to breach the gates. The furthest player forward, Starky, the point man off this push now removed. Fantastic recon from Rose. Just sends the rest of Enterprise. Going 20 and 10 on the previous map wasn't enough, then I guess this is pretty good too. And it's live. It is live.
It is live, and it's also a round win. So that's, oh, I thought it was a round 1. It's just about a round win. As it's a 3 versus 1 that Kiles has to clutch up from. We'll get back to the topic of duelists in a second, as Kiles.
It is a round win.
Will make this comp so much more well-rounded out because it adds the flashes that was not there before.
Yeah, look, not much now. Lover's Rock closing up the distance, but Kiles is here and holds the angle brilliantly. Pressure.
And you can see the players that were up in A have started to move elsewhere. They're starting to get pulled over now.
So Crewen repositioning himself in the logs. It's a close clear. The drone's going to catch him, but still walks away with one and buys precious time for Pacific. The players starting to overload the B side of the map now as Enterprise are making their way in. They bust down the door, and it leaves only LaRock at the back of it. no guesses, no prizes. There is still utility cast map-wide as it stands. They're running into a trap on the way out of market, going to struggle to break that
30 seconds left.
which continues to buy time into the bank for BBL PCIFIC to get themselves in position. 3 players on the site now to stop them.
Yeah, this is a perfectly called round by BBL PCIFIC and the adjustments that they made in the site setup. But on the site, the fights don't go their way. And this is what we're talking about with Enterprise. The fact that they're always able to buy themselves out of tough situations. Hold for a swing, then try and poke and prod that A site. But look how much space Yash has got already. And he's... Oh, I thought he was about to get a kill. That's a screamer of a shot from Rose.
It's an absolute belter. Mitch was saying on the desk that maybe we'd see his powers unleashed with less calling required, but this position is completely condemned. The same can be said for Crewen. Support will be arriving as you expect, but perhaps too little too late.
Oh, cheeky. Getting the rifle back. Oh, and being able to survive is going to be big. A 2 versus 3 now, or make that a 1 versus 2.
Yeah, Annihilation picks one off, so Kiles has everything to do.
Oh,
We called on him for a clutch before. It's the spike which has fallen out of his reach.
Well, confirmation. It will
Horns, I should say.
No vice
Very, very passive on A main, but starki goes looking and gets punished.
And that's a big kill. No smokes. It means that they have to take this short space. And it's Yash that wins out the op versus op duel. Forced back momentarily, but a minute left and plenty of time to play with if you're Enterprise.
Larok on the line, switches out for the op, picks back up a rifle and gets buried in main. Slow on the uptake for the start, but Kiles closing that distance, getting out onto A, denying Loita at the gates, but all the while, BBL PCIFIC in position on short.
Spike going down. Or it was. Looking to try and bait out any peak, bait out some aggression. And it seems as if it's coming.
Yeah, hunting for an advantage here. Enterprise still steadfast on site. BBL PCIFIC have no reason to give them what they want, and Zeek is not going to get it. Left in a 1 versus 3, the spray through the corner. Falls behind this Enterprise side as Lovers Rock gets suppressed, can't TP out for the time being. Right over the top, taken off. Yash removed, but a flash onto Rose should mean that he's a dead man walking, and that's exactly how it settles. Man space, which BBL PCIFIC have been all too happy to take. Turning away at just the inopportune moment. Smoke going out, hands in pockets, caught by Zeek, and that's the path to the A site paved.
And there's deadlock utility up and ready to go, but is there anybody to capitalize off the back of it?
And it's the suppression here from the null command. Zeek just making sure there was no possibility for a PCIFIC retort. Spike still yet to go in. And with that, Larok finding one in the open door frame. starki trading it. Crewen to clutch. Looking to drop in from heaven and has spotted the barrel of the captain. There, I'm not entirely sure. Just second guessing it. That's the confirmation. starki baited out of the corner. Zeek looking to try and activate on a swivel and see if he can get himself in play. Drops in, Crewen. Just inviting Yash to go ahead and walk into him. Takes the shot right through the midriff. That's the first shot sealed. Crewen still here, kicking around as Loita has grouped up with him, and there's a TP across for good measure. If required, PCIFIC in position once again to execute Enterprise where they stand. And we do see a response from the attack with a couple kills.
We do, and Loita at the back of site with utility to support. Enterprise have an option to try and get out towards CT, but they're going to have to take a fight either way they go.
Loita playing from Boathouse is happy to let this happen under his watchful eye. Stairs considered, smoke dropped in, but Enterprise looking to overwhelm him. The B site, quick execution coming in here from Enterprise as they look to end on the same side of the map.
Kevin looking to play forwards. 2 quick sheriff shots and 2 quick heads collected. BBL PCIFIC, absolutely spectacular as they finish out the round and confirm an advantage. They're moving into Kiles.
He's only got a classic, for goodness sake. Not yet spotted out by the TP, paranoia landing, but that's just kept him busy. Kiles finding one onto Lover's Rock, and Loita forcing the issue means that Enterprise know that main has been conceded. Paranoia to cut across as they make their way out under the tree. Larok looking to lay them to rest there. His timing taken is a timing failed. Mission unsuccessful. Retake coming in with main control still under their banner. Loita another one before the dust settles.
That's a big bit of map control as well. He just needs to play in with Crewen at the same time.
Crewen's already made his way out from heaven, finds the player dice. That's Yash that drops. Low HP on...
Lover's Rock is the one who's going to lose. Loita look to hold on down.
Yeah, still has the drone at this stage in the round. You're either saving it for the retake or looking for some information. BBL PCIFIC setting themselves up for the A-hold. The rotation has been called, and they have main control again.
It seems as if Larok or Loita are so good at trying to grasp control of that, but Rose in the smoke and Larok from main. Oh, they've come out at the perfect time. A 2 versus 2 is where it settles, but with 20 seconds remaining, that spike cold, it needs to get planted shortly. Now, look at the players coming out of heaven, playing from it.
Not ready, a mid-brawl about to break out. Enterprise looking for it and winning the first.
Rose gone off the board, that's big clearing util and initiation as well. So really it's only the deadlock to initiate on towards the site. A late lurk of Crewen through mid is one to note.
So if he can find anything from it. BBL PCIFIC yet to set their feet on A itself. Killer's had a setup here and the defense were looking to flood in backside early. All eyes on Zeek for the time being. A distraction bought, and from the corner he plays it to perfection. Crewen felled, Kiles able to pick up the pieces on the A site. Loita trading it out has given a little bit of space here for PCIFIC to potentially threaten a plant, and that's all it'll be for now. A quick tap and they're out.
We know that these pistol rounds could be coin flips, and BBL PCIFIC are going for the biggest gamble up through heaven.
Oh, round the corner. Loita there, Enterprise ready to receive it. Yash responding, leaving Lover's Rock in a 1 versus 3. The same player numbers against PCIFIC as it was to kick off their attack on Haven. But there were technicalities involved to seal that there, and as good as Lover's Rock performance has
been. We see typically with the KO playing in hell and 2 flashes in pocket, but Loita catches Zeek trying to destroy the dart, and that gives them the advantage.
Starky decision to make, needs to fight forwards. With the drone in his face, there was no way to depart. Spike is left behind for the time being, but BBL PCIFIC happy to take that.
I have the spike.
Let the sand make its way through the hourglass, as Enterprise are going to give them the time of day to do so.
And I think the question is here now is the attempt for the
external opposition, inter-regional team and defending rounds up until this point. Full focus has been on the crux of the map, and that's where BBL PCIFIC will set their feet to take flight one final time in round 16. Looking for double digits, Loita has the opening pick. It's late, and so is Lover's Rock's positioning on A. A last-second pivot being called. Enterprise falling for it, hook, line, and sinker. The ops in no man's land. Yash has his head cut clean off, and that will be all she wrote. A fantastically called round from the attack side.
So many pitfalls created by BBL PCIFIC, and Doma is eager to try and fight back for this operator. He knows that it's going to be an important part to this defense in getting Yash in prime position as BBL PCIFIC look to try and deny it. But as you said, the fact that what we see from BBL PCIFIC is they deposit, they look to try and put little seeds across the map that can potentially grow into big danger.
Enterprise setting up for the retake here, expecting them to. Doma with this Odin can really be a problem though, and the spam has caught Larok, a huge loss for PCIFIC in their post plant.
And I mean, that's something that we saw from Mandatory yesterday, being abrasive with the Odin usage and stopping BBL PCIFIC from getting the map space they wanted. It's not a bad pick, but just keep a note on the map and Rose's position.
Enterprise retake stalled out for now, and with Rose through the middle and the spike already on the B side. This is where Enterprise have to, with a fine-tooth comb, clear a lot of space on the map, and Killer's already doing that now, setting up through Link, catching Lover's Rock, and with the hat off his head, Crewen's lurk might just be cut short.
It could be all 5 players here for Enterprise now, and Crewen getting caught out, but that's a big kill!
Huge one for him to win. The backline's an issue. Zeek still looking the wrong way. They thought it was all wrapped up, but BBL PCIFIC out of nowhere are hitting haymakers, and it's Crewen. First ever team to win back-to-back titles in Turkey.
Camera taken out.
But Larok removed
the traps. EMEA though is where the real fight's gonna happen.
Peeking into it, Pacific
Spike
on top.
down A.
Loita's double over-delivering perhaps, and it's Crewen to have put the final details on the A execute.
Out of charge.
Still got Lovers Rock orbiting Kiles, keeping him out of play and leaving it on Doma to do the dirty work.
Out from heaven, Spike already down. I mean, this post plant looks well set up, and the fact that Lovers Rock can be a late win condition is massive for BBL PCIFIC.
The plant isn't all too open for him though, and the door remains shut on short. Doma caught visual onto Crewen early doors, so knows that the setup is mostly from main, but as the door blows open, BBL PCIFIC are back in it. Doma needing to land a few more shots. Someone has to work on the spike, but the hands are busy elsewhere trying to fight the front lines. BBL PCIFIC have done it, and in